Hey folks, how are you? Yes, Bitcoin. So here's the key thing with it. We're not active at all, particularly. Be bear or be square, and the safest place is to be square. So we've just had a major target made on the calls for 3609, which was for Kraken, 3744 for Bitfinex, and what you end up in is the fifth stage of a breakout, which is the pushback period after a target is made. But it doesn't mean bullish, it just means you're no longer getting very fast moving downside breaks in your favor. You get progress decay, bit of pump up, bit of chop, bit of left, bit of right, little bit of up, little bit of down, maybe some reversal pattern structure on very small time frames, people looking for little seedlings of life on their hands and knees, only to just get it stamped on again later when the big macro time frame leans on them again. So bias to bear but be square, that's the zone that we're in at the moment. That's a quick take for the overall crypto environment. It'll just disappoint, and this is what's happened over here. There was some, is this a W bottom, and are you going to start going up? There's that 4,000 level that was quite interesting. Where's it over here roughly? You had a little micro head and shoulders here after you took this funnel on the way up, then you're selling off, then you're back into the funnel level, then you're selling off, you've run that low now. Oh dear, it's going to get a little bid, it's going to churn, it's going to chop, it's going to frustrate the daylights into most people who like chasing their tails in the minutiae of this. Let it set up new DNA, keep a watching remit at a big time frame, and then otherwise leave it alone. So that's our take with that. A key moment has certainly occurred on all exchanges, also for EOS, which has been relatively weak. And note, Bitcoin has not made a new low. That was its target. It has not made a new low. It may threaten to and may come, but at this juncture not. In the meantime, however, our friends in EOS land, bad news for them, that we are in fact in a new low situation, and in fact we had a confluence of targets and we were expecting that, and it's been a great breakdown as well. It's had good structure, it's very clearly met its targets, and we did even say on certain exchanges, including one or two others, that it would trade 256, my apologies, 256, and it has done that as well. Applied trading 253. What's the low of today? Low of today 253. 256 was, as per our YouTube forecast that we said, for 45 to 50% collapse in Bitcoin. That's right, we did say 45 to 50% collapse in Bitcoin, and it has led to a couple of people going missing, very salty missing people, calling us lunatics and mad, and it'll never happen. You can go see them. They turned into missing people. They've turned into missing people now. We're now looking for them. We're hoping they haven't hung themselves in an EOS hodling mass suicide. I hope not. I hope they're keeping the faith, and they're going to hold on until at least 1.6. I don't know. Anyway, just a bit of fun at their expense. We're not always right. We will be wrong. We will be wrong too. And we will occasionally keep biasing to the bear until eventually it runs out. That doesn't mean we do so if we don't have good structure, but the bias is bearishness, and we stay square until method gives us a reason to be back in. An ordinary man with a method is going to outperform a genius without one, is a statement I've read and I see. And if the method is a good one, well, it's amazing what you can achieve. But it won't be fantasy land. Trading is not for everyone. Wednesday. That's right, this Wednesday at 1900 UTC, which also happens to be GMT right now as well, 1900 London time, we will have a webinar. There will be an offer at the end, and it's only for people that feel they want to take their trading forward. Be warned, trading isn't actually for everybody. And EOS, what will happen next? Actually, it might get a bit of a bid. It may get a little bit of a bid at some point once you've made a key level, but that doesn't mean it's in a good place. This has been a steady dumping all the way down. People that felt it was something special and would stand beyond the rest of the crypto field when it was strong and everybody else was falling. Remember that down here they came lows in March, and EOS actually went and made a new high, and everyone said, that's it, it's going to be our boy. It's going to be the one bucking the trend. It's going to be the one that never goes down in the way the others have let us down. We've got a new lover, someone new to marry. We quit on our wife, Mrs. Bitcoin, and we married this new younger model called Missy EOS. Unfortunately, though, the crypto contraction has been broad, and in the long run, when the tide goes out, all ships get exposed. We had a little bit of a boom, an overvaluation, and now we'll have an undervaluation. How far does that mean it goes? We will see. But that chart on the bigger time frame, guys, is not a strong chart. It's not a strong chart at all, and it won't necessarily just stop on a drawing pin and start going up for you from that. So all sorts of other possibilities exist. However, when it's just had an impulsive move, everyone will want to chase momentum and say, it's an obvious short, it's going to naught, it's going to whatever. It may not, but usually that's when it'll rally. And once again, it's in progress decay stage, as a lot of the cryptos are, but it's been relatively weaker than the other coins, which is why we called it out in this video over here. EOS Crypto Sniper, and you can go check it out. So all the big contractions on NEO that we felt would come on the Bitcoin, having Bitcoin land was the big one because it pulls the other down, but a few of the other shoes are now dropping that were still holdouts, and they have continued to show weakness. And that is how you can trade with method. Having a point when you enter, having a point when you take money off the table, and having a tight stop at an expansive move. That is method. If you can find out a way to do that, go and do it. If you want to find out how we do it at a far more developed level as a method and be part of a community in our Market Sniper community forum with all our chats built a little bit like WhatsApp on the inside without the Facebook stealing your data, your setups. If you look at the cryptocurrencies, you can have a look at all the setups that are in there. You can see what we discussed on BTC, what's going on in the chats, and you can be part of the setup and the community, but it doesn't suit everybody. We've had a couple of guys that were just strongly in the crypto camp that aren't necessarily made to be traders, and that's okay. They don't like it if you short their coins. They don't like it if there's a bear market. We all don't like it. We all just want to be buyers only and the market to moon. Unfortunately, the markets don't always give you that. They're made up of people that'll overpump, and then as a subsequent result, it will underperform for a while. That does not mean it's the end of crypto. When the last man is all saying it's dead and buried, that will be the basing out. And the last retail guy is just about quitting and handing in, it'll be the time. But until then, you know the story of Amazon going to over $100 and falling all the way down to $7. If you were a retail trader, and many people are investors, they talk about, I'm a crypto investor, I'm long term. When you oversize on the pump and you start taking money out of your mortgage and you start scaling up on the pump and throwing it, and it's the big easy, and you keep getting money thrown at you, you've become a trader because you've foregone money management, and therefore that means you have to sell out, otherwise you'll be shaken out and you'll be financially destroyed. And that's what happens. People start out wanting to invest and say they'll hold on, they're tying themselves to the mast, and then they get shaken out because of sizing. And everybody wants to be an investor and becomes a trader. And many people that start out wanting to be traders end up holding on to bad trades and become investors. There's that weird dichotomy that goes with it. Don't underestimate the value of defending your capital. This is going to be a shorter's market and a shorter's paradise. This is my feeling. Do you have a method for selling overvalued things? Bitcoin may have done the moon and taken its dump now. Now we have the rest of the reset sniper world that is hyper overvaluated still. Stock markets have been going up for 10 years. There's a lot of things that need their dump. It's coming to shorter season, and maybe during that period crypto can have taken the large part of its haircut and could be in a better cycle during that period, maybe even refuge. Who knows? It remains to be seen, but we can keep our eyes open and trade what we see, not what we believe about the markets, but what is actually in the print. And that's our message. Okay, guys, hope it's interesting. Just a quick check-in with you on there. BTC, still soft, still in the churn. Don't bother with it, is my take. Which is why we've been low activity since the target made. We're waiting for new footprints in the sand. A big event has been and gone. Everyone else is chasing and wanting to get involved and whatever. It's too late to get to the crime scene. EOS has finished its job. We need a new cycle, and this is about the assets category as a whole, because we got the same across Ethereum, we got the same across Neo, we got the same across many particular individual cryptos. All right, see you Wednesday if it suits. Otherwise, don't bother. It's fine. Keep following the channel. Like and share if you think it's interesting or useful. We will see you at 1900 on Wednesday if you do elect to come in. And if you're serious on developing your trading skills, we'll be there to tell you about the shorting season and the hour for an hour plus on how we go about doing it. Speak to you then, and play safe, and see you on the other side.